Politics is a game of numbers, and numbers don't lie. Yesterday, there was a debate in Parliament, and members of Parliament later voted for or against that bill. William Samoei Ruto and his team could not raise over 50 members of Parliament. On the other side, Kileweke people were able to raise over 115 votes. Which begs the question, where are William Ruto's numbers? Where are William Ruto's numbers in Parliament? Because we all know that anytime the DP has or calls for a meeting of members of Parliament in Karen, those meetings always attract over 150 members of Parliament. The Deputy President is on record as claiming that they have the support of over 150 members of Parliament. But the truth of the matter is that the Deputy President doesn't have those numbers. In this video, I want us to look at the facts about William Ruto's perceived numbers in Parliament, because I strongly believe that they are fake. But before we do that, if you're watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click the subscribe button. And to the subscribers, I want to continue. Thank you guys for your continued support, because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Now let us get back to Parliament. Yesterday, there was a debate in Parliament. And to their credit, William Samoei Ruto was able to outsmart President Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Humiliates by succeeding in postponing voting on that particular bill. He teamed up with Musalia Mudavadi, and they raised several amendments to the bill. They introduced several amendments to the bill, which means the bill had to be subjected to voting, and the next voting will be next year. But the truth of the matter is that members of Parliament voted. How did they vote? William Samoei Ruto managed to gain or to garner only 58 votes, while the other side was able to easily generate over 115 votes. Let us get back a bit. What was this bill about? This bill was being introduced by Amos Kimunya. And the objective of this bill was to address certain gaps within the Political Parties Act. And it made several recommendations. And Musalia Mudavadi was not comfortable with some recommendations. William Ruto was also not comfortable with some recommendations. So their team raised certain certain amendments. For example, Musalia Mudavadi feared that if that bill passed, and one of the requirements was that coalition agreements had to be deposited with the register of political parties 6 months to the elections. Musalia Mudavadi and his team feared that that window was going to lock them out, and it was going to favor Raila Humiliates. So they introduced an amendment in Parliament that window be reduced from 6 months to 3 months. It was expected that with these members of Parliament, if he teamed up with the DP, they were going to succeed. They failed terribly. For the Deputy President, of course, Musalia Mudavadi is still open to negotiations. So he would not want a situation where 6 months to the elections is already tied to a coalition agreement. William Ruto, on his side, doesn't have any plan of forming any coalition with any political party for 2022. So he's set. But he feared that forming a coalition, and if this bill passed, it was going to favor Raila and it was going to favor Uhuru Kenyatta through their outfit called the Azimio la Umoja movement. So the DP was not comfortable with this bill. So he wanted this bill to be defeated. So he teamed up with Musalia Mudavadi. Though they managed to push this bill to a later date, the truth of the matter is that there was voting. How did those people, how did the members of parliament vote? Uhuru Kenyatta, Raila Odinga easily humiliated Musalia Mudavadi and the Deputy President, Dr. William Samoei Ruto. Let us look at some facts. The first fact which we must agree to is that William Ruto's numbers in parliament are fake. The DP doesn't have any numbers. This bill was able to be postponed not because of William Ruto, not because of members of parliament, but because of Moses Chiboi, the deputy speaker, who is an ally of the DP and a member of UDA. The truth is, if Justin Muturi was present, rest assured that this bill would have easily sailed through. So William Ruto, in short, doesn't have numbers. The last time a bill like this was brought before the House, it was the removal of Washiali, the removal of Eden Duale, and others. Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga easily managed to garner enough votes, 2/3 by that time, which kicked them out, even including Kimunya Murkomen. The DP could do nothing. So that was the first instance. Then when BBI came, what happened again? When BBI came, the DP was again humiliated. So the truth of the matter is that William Ruto doesn't have numbers in parliament. What he has are people who are out to eat his money. Otherwise, even if this bill were to sail through, it would have been important for the DP to generate or to garner enough members of parliament to vote no. So that's number one. Number two, the second fact is that small parties will shock the DP and his team. If you look at the way the voting took place, some pattern emerged. A pattern that there are people who would want to join these small political parties. They're not in ODM, they're not in Jubilee, but they'll want to join these small political parties. Why do you think they want to join these small political parties? Because if Azimio will be a coalition, then they can easily join any other political parties which are allied to Azimio. Then they can use those parties for their own interest. That's something which should worry the DP, in my view. The fact that small parties, for example, allied to Korea, allied to Mwangi Kiunjuri, allied to other people, are willing to vote with Uhuru and Raila. So that's the second fact, that these small political parties will shock the DP. He must figure out how he's going to work with them very closely. Number three, which is the other fact, is that probably there are so many members of parliament who are undecided but are eating on his side. The truth of the matter is that if the DP has the support, these members of parliament who always go have tea and pocket money from Sugoi and from Karen, most of them would have been courageous enough to step out and vote against this bill. So it simply tells you that most members of parliament, because if 150 members of parliament can always join the DP, but anytime there's a debate, only half of them are present. It means some of them are not yet decided. I know if they are decided, some of them would have even used their own resources to come and vote no. The fourth fact is that UDA wave is a scam. If the UDA wave is not a scam, then that wave has died. That's the honest truth. Because these guys were just making noise in parliament. You know, sometimes when it comes to voting, the DP needs to know who is voting for him and who is not voting for him. Very important. But the fact that these guys voted, could not raise enough number, it means the UDA wave is a scam. Most of these guys are still waiting for signals from the ground. And lastly, the fourth fact is that Musalia Mudavadi might not really add much value to the DP. Based on these figures, I don't think Musalia Mudavadi will be courageous enough. I don't think. He doesn't have the numbers. He will be courageous enough to claim that he must be on the table. So the truth of the matter is that Musalia Mudavadi, based on the figures we are seeing there, will not add any value, because apart from going with his members of parliament, who else? Zero. I don't know what you think, but that's my take. If you're watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click the subscribe button so that next time you produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue. Thank you guys for your continued support. Without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. But the question is, where are William Ruto's numbers? Where are they? Where are they? Where are the numbers? Thank you guys, and please, may you have a good day. Bye-bye.